everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have a overhaul of the cigarette smoking mod, which I did a video on that years ago. So here it says, with permission from the original creator, updated the mod with new features and functions. So teens can smoke, Sims can purchase cigarettes and nicotine gum at the grocery store in addition to the buy catalog. Smoking has more consequences, so it leaves a smell on your Sims and teens can get busted for it. You can remove it by showering or letting it fade. Smoking has health consequences, so Sims with the smoking habit gain physical skills at lower rates. Adults and elders, there's a chance that it'll take days off their lifespan. Exercise greatly reduces the chance of the latter happening. Continuous smoking while pregnant will have a negative effect on the baby. A pack of cigarettes now costs 150 simoleons with only 10 cigarettes instead of 20. Withdrawal from smoking has a higher negative moodlet value, and quitting cold turkey has a lower positive moodlet. There's help if you need to quit. Sims no longer need to quit cold turkey. You can buy nicotine gum, which lessens the effect of withdrawal. Keep calm and keep smoking. Sims can smoke autonomously if a pack of cigarettes is left out of the world. If your Sims is jonesing for a fix or out of cigarettes and need to buy more, you can get them off another Sim. Smokers with the smoking habit or tipsy will always accept. Sims with the fell off the wagon, buzzed, buffed, rebellious, shy, or socially awkward Sims have a 50% chance of accepting. Sims with the quit smoking buff have a 10% chance of accepting. Sims with the quit cold turkey are a 5% chance. And athletic, eco-conscious, and disciplined Sims will always refuse. And then there is some other future little updates here with like vaping and e-cigarettes, which I think is kind of cool. Adding some kind of potential fatal illness for Sims who have a long-term smoking habit. Preventing teens from purchasing cigarettes from the grocery store unless they have a fake ID is kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and not click on any buttons. We're going to download the top one here, the July 26th update, and download that and hop into game after I install it. But alright, so we are back. I'm hopping in with a household that I have a bunch of teenage Sims, specifically because I'm thinking it's going to be the best. So I can't remember exactly where they are located in buy mode, if I'm completely honest. Okay, so I gave up on trying to search because I'm thinking, I just thought of something. So if you can get them at the grocery store, so right now, you can have your teen Sim go and buy them. I'm also going to have like the mom go and buy some, I think, just because I'm curious if they both go at the same time, if anything could possibly happen. But I'm very excited that this mod actually has an overhaul, and I didn't know that it did. Ashley had texted me about it. But yeah, so I didn't know that there was an overhaul until Ashley had mentioned it. So we're going to take a look, see what we can find. So there should be two things. There should be a pack of cigarettes, and there should be... Okay, so I found the pack of cigarettes here. And then I believe I scrolled past the gum, which is this right here. So altogether, it's 250 simoleons. I don't know what that is supposed to be. But yeah, so 250 simoleons in total. So there we go. I have Len having a package of cigarettes. And then Nora is going to get some as well. Because honestly, I'm way more intrigued in my teenage Sim smoking than I am with like my adult Sims. Just because I feel like it's rebellious and like I do like the addition of peer pressure. I'm not going to be going like super in depth of absolutely everything that this has to offer, but we shall see. But yeah, we'll see how this kind of goes. So Nora has some. We're gonna head over to her, I think, just so we can see how the animation is with the original ones. But I also want to bring all of the other teenage Sims over here because I'm curious if they will accept it. Now I will say it's been absolute years since I played this family. I will link a video of them in the cards along with is what I'm trying to say. Along with the old video that I did on this, because I think it's possibly the most popular video on my channel, if I'm honest. So here is Nora with her little cigarette. But yeah, I don't believe the siblings have all that good of a relationship. You can kind of see that my Sim style has definitely changed from the time that I played with the Sims. But like, Nora was always my favorite in this group, if I'm honest, as was Elliot. I did a leprosy with them, and I think I actually moved on with Elliot because I had a storyline going for him. But, like, out of the girls, it was definitely always Nora. But here we have how to smoke. Nora has smoked a cigarette. Don't get carried away. And then we also have secondhand smell and a sense of anxiety relief. So that's always good. But I'm going to turn testing cheats on here really quickly, just because none of my Sims are actually wanting to listen to me and come over here like I told them to. So that's what we are going to do. Let's see how this kind of goes. Okay, so it looks like he's already having like a quick drink, which is funny. So let's see how this goes. But you can tell, like, I'm missing every single bit of custom content that they had, because their outfits were not like this. And hello, loud vehicle, how are you today? I apologize. I feel like that happens in my videos quite often as of lately, which is very, very annoying. But we're going to go ahead and offer a cigarette to all of the siblings, I think is what I'm hoping to do here. So let's see. So we're starting off with Elliot. He was the one that I always kind of saw a little bit more rebellious, but he's over here saying no. So as you can see, they don't have a good relationship. I'm not going to cheat their relationship. If I'm going to cheat, revolting sights and smells will have the effects on the sim. So he doesn't have any of the traits that were mentioned, I don't believe, but he definitely doesn't enjoy the smell of cigarettes. So what about Peyton? Because they do have a little bit more of a relationship, but I believe she's an athletic sim, so she should be saying no. Okay. So there is that whole thing. I don't know. But we'll just kind of see how that goes. But yeah, she is an athletic sim, so there's that. And then if we come over here to Oliver, over here, why does it have to steal my spotlight of all things? Like, come on, these stupid little additions here are the most annoying thing in the world. But it's okay. We're going to, I just want to do a mod overview. I should have probably brought that in, but it's okay. I should have waited and everything, but it's alright. So let's see. I don't care about the neighbors. Let's see if I can get you to stop talking to Peyton so we can talk to Oliver, because he's trying to go for drinks. So I'm kind of like, okay, so maybe he's going to actually be the rebellious one here, which I wouldn't have expected if I'm completely honest, but I'm not against the whole thought of it. I'm just kind of curious. I'm really setting her just because it seems like she was a little bit stuck, which definitely is not the best situation in the world. But okay, let's go ahead and see if we can offer Oliver one. So if he says no, I'm going to cheat the relationship and see if that makes a difference, because I am quite curious to see if it possibly does. Okay, so if I cheat the relationship, because he did say no, will it make a difference if he accepts it or not? Because I feel like it should. It would make absolute sense to me if it would. So we shall see here in a second. Okay, so he did say yes. It looks like she gives the entire pack, but I believe it is actually only one cigarette that she ends up giving. Alright, so there we go. So you can see that it does work if you try to offer a sim a cigarette. You have to have certain traits or a good relationship by the looks of it. But it is kind of cool. But yeah, if I come in here, you can see that she still does have the pack. So I'm going to let her go ahead and have another smoke here as well, because I want them both to go home and have the smell of smoke on them just to see what happens. Now, I will say that I do have a mod in my game that will ask me if I want to discipline them or not. I do also plan on having Len have a smoke, just to see if having a smoking parent makes a difference on the overall effect of, like, if a child gets punished or not, since it can kind of be one of those things. If a parent smokes, and sometimes it's more likely that the kid is going to. So we'll just kind of see how this goes overall. I'm hoping that it goes fairly well and that they do actually get punished for it. So I'm going to bring. So Elliot is over here. I don't see him as being the type to smoke. He's always been like very athletic when I played with him, that I don't see it being a possibility. But I'm going to test out a few different things. So we're going to send them home, see if they get in trouble. And then I'm going to leave the pack of smokes out. Because I'm thinking if I leave the pack of smokes out, we can see if the Sims will autonomously go for it. And everybody is like outside. So automatically walking in should Ezra scold Oliver from using a banned object. So as I said, I do have a mod that asks me if I want to get my kids in trouble or not, just because it also allows me for storytelling purposes that I can get them in trouble. So that's kind of just where I'm at with it overall. But we'll see how this kind of goes. She's going to do her homework, and as soon as Noah walks past, he can smell it. So he's already like, okay, I'm going to go and scold my child for doing this. So let's see. So like she has a smoke. I am going to let her go ahead and have another smoke. I want to see if maybe like adult Sims have an easier chance of getting the like addicted to smoking compared to like a teenage Sim, or if it's easier for a teenage Sim to get addicted. So Ezra is wanting to scold Oliver again. I don't entirely know why, considering that he already did, but I guess we will say yes to it again, just to see. Because it seems like he was more difficult on Nora than he was on Oliver. But I'm curious if Nora was like, well, he got one off of me and he accepted it, so it was his choice. And then it was like a whole thing. Because I feel like that'd be kind of cool if it was. But okay, so she got in trouble, as you can see. So it does say from using banned object. So obviously your parents' Sims are not going to want you to be involved in this whole thing. But I can like beg for forgiveness. I can also click on ask for a cigarette. So I'm curious, because Len has them in her inventory, if she will give a cigarette to her child or not. I'm kind of just curious and wanting to play test a lot of things. So we'll see how this kind of goes, I guess. Okay. Let's see. So Ezra is right here, so I'm wondering if she will say no, because Ezra's outside as well and already had got her in trouble. So if I go ahead and send him in the house, I'll send him like upstairs or something like that. Go put Garrett down up here, go up here. I don't really care what you do. So we will see if asking for a cigarette makes a difference or not. Because I'm very curious, if I'm honest. So let's go ahead and ask for a cigarette again. So it does look like the rebellious thing from university is making a difference. Also, I didn't say this before, I don't think, but I believe the ask for a cigarette is based off the ask for exam from university. So make sure that you have university if you are looking to properly use this mod. But okay, so how many do you have? You have 8. So I'm going to let her go ahead and have another smoke. I'm not going to use the gum as of yet, but I am going to let you also have a smoke and just see if her mom does anything about her smoking right in front. Okay, so it does ask. I'm not going to have her scolded just for right now, but it does ask about it. Also seems to kind of interrupt Ren's social like smoking at that current point. But that's okay. We're not doing terribly with this. It is working out quite nicely. So now Peyton is working on her athletic skill apparently. But I want to see if I place these on the table if anybody comes and just interacts with them. So as you can see, she does have a smoking habit now. So it would be wise to keep some cigarettes around to keep the stress levels down. So that's the only negative negative mood that she has from that so far. So I'm going to leave the smokes on the table and just kind of keep an eye on them. But so she has a smoking habit already. So that was actually pretty quick. It didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought. I'm going to cheat the needs to make everyone happy, just so I don't have to worry about that. Here comes Ezra. What is he doing? Oh! Okay, Mr. Hypocrite. So I left the smokes, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to come over here and have one. After he was, like, wanting to scold the children right away. Okay. So there's that. You can obviously see he is over here having a cigarette now. And I'm very curious if that's going to change anything or not. But yeah, so the autonomy does happen to work, which is quite nice. We'll just kind of see overall how this kind of goes, because I'm curious about it. So let's take a look and see what else kind of happens with this mod. I will say that did quite surprise me that Ezra was the one that autonomously came over here. I knew that some of the kids wouldn't, but if I give the gum to you and I get you to like chew a piece, does that help with your smoking habit? Or no? I don't know if it's going to work right away because we are at a point where she is still like having the effects of the cigarette. So I don't think it's going to work right away, but we can definitely see how it goes, I guess. Okay, so I guess she can do multiple things while she chews on the gum. It doesn't have an animation with it, but that doesn't really bother me all too much. And we'll just kind of overall see how it goes. But I really want to see if anybody else like comes over here and does this autonomously. Very curious. We have a paparazzi. Peyton is being a troll on the social forums. And okay, so she's feeling anxious because she's needing a cigarette. So you can see like her having a smoking habit does make a big difference. And now despite her needing a cigarette, I can't get her to chew on gum. So that's one thing. So you're probably going to want to wait for this to pop up before you get her to chew on gum. I was just testing to see if it made any difference. It doesn't appear that it did. But it's alright. We're just gonna... Why do you have a stink juice potion? We're just gonna kind of see. I do kind of want to test the pregnancy thing, but I don't want to be in-game for such a long amount of time that it's going to affect like the pregnancy. So I might just see if I can kind of like cheat it a little bit. But I also want to see if I bring her into the room if she automatically goes for the smoke just because she needs one. But it doesn't look like she is. She's walking away to go and play video games. So despite being in the same room as a package of cigarettes, it doesn't look like she goes after one. So I'm going to let her come down here again and have one. Specifically because... Oh, well that's good. Have one while holding your poor little brother. But I'm just going to show you all that her having a smoke will get rid of some of the negative moodless that she has. So there you go. You can see it just got rid of the anxious one and needing a smoke one. So it replaces it with a more positive, neutral moodlet. I'm going to put the pack of smokes back in here. And I'm going to invite over a teenage sim and just cheat and get her pregnant, I think. I think that's going to be the best option. Alright, so she is now pregnant. I'm going to let her go ahead and have a smoke. So just so that you can see, pregnant sims can actually have cigarettes. Obviously, I had to kind of cheat because she's a teenager. But yeah, so they can still have smokes as pregnant sims. Apparently, it does have a negative interaction on the baby. I don't believe we are going to get to the point where we're able to see the overall negative interaction on the baby, but that's okay. Alright, so I just went ahead and cheated so that she is in labor. Now, she only had like maybe 2 cigarettes because I cheated and this is all happening the same day. But she does have a lot of negative stuff. You can see while she's in labor, she can't have a smoke or anything of that sort. But that's a game thing because you can't really do much in game whenever you're in labor. But you can see, like, she's got a lot of negative mood. Like, she's stressed out from needing to smoke, and she's anxious and just not in an overall good mood. We have a boy. Her name is Nora. So based off of that, I'm just gonna go and name him like Norman or something. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just a baby. But this was a baby with VJ Alvey, because I figured he's like the more like rebellious one. So let's take a look. So it doesn't look like there's any sort of negative mood light here on the baby, which is obviously kind of expected. I wasn't expecting anything because we have been here for quite a bit of time, and I might actually try and cheat just to see if I keep the pregnancy going, but at the same time I don't want to be here the entire time. So so I actually can't get her pregnant. I was gonna try and get her pregnant with herself, which is a very weird thing with this mod. But I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 6 days a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications for when I post, you can go ahead and hit the bell. And I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, lovelies!